guys, and welcome to the next episode of Plum Labs. Now, I'm starting this video with an apology, unfortunately. I recorded part of this episode, and the recorder decided it didn't want to work anymore. It just crashed on me. And all I was really doing was really just showing some clips from mining, so I hope you don't mind. You know, the first episode I said I'd do some mining and then, come back on camera. So I suppose I am kind of living up to what I said I'd do in the first episode, but yeah. I want to apologise. I've not done anything substantial. All I've done is completed my mining trip and got myself some pretty nice basic resources. So what I've basically done is I've also scouted out a pretty nice area to set up Plum Labs. Now my plan is to essentially terraform this area and go back here, and I will obviously need to flatten this out either by hand or with better tools, perhaps like an excavator from Tinker's Construct maybe, if I want to do it by hand or something. But I wanted to be on the coast pretty much, and what I was thinking is having maybe like a nice little boat dock here, and then a nice area where you can walk up. It's not going to be like an evil lab or anything, well maybe parts of it will be, but the rest of it is supposed to be quite a nice place. Now, there is a mod in this pack called, I believe it's called Exchanges. Let me have a quick look. Yes, excuse me. So you can just get like basic ones like stone stuff, which just requires some eye vendor, some exchanger cores. So they're fairly expensive, but if I build the frame of this out of stone, it then means that I can fairly easily change it to something a little bit nicer down the line. Although what I might do is, I know there are some pretty nice things you can do with chisel. I don't believe I have much iron ore. Well, I have some iron ore, but I don't have any ingots, which is a bit of a problemo. I did pretty much just get a stack. For the pure fact of my inventory was full, which is quite annoying. So I just pretty much collected anything I could out of the mine. I had to walk by so many whatchamacallits, ore veins. I was so annoyed, but I was very much so out of room in my inventory. If I had more room in my inventory, then it wouldn't have been a major problem. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to use this cobblestone. This is boring cobblestone. What am I thinking? I'm going to use chiseled cobblestone. So I think I'm going to start the building, say here. I might dig away out this just a little bit. Okay, shovel's a little bit broken. So I think I'm going to use one of those irons to make myself... Okay, we're going to need some sticks. And... although what I'm going to do before I do anything is convert this guy into a pretty nifty... I think I got rid of that feature. I'm sure you used to just be able to make crafting... I really got rid of those. And it was the thing where you used to just be able to put a crafting bench in your thing and then you convert it straight into a different type of crafting table. The only real difference is it allowed you to keep items in it when you left. So, I mean, I'm not majorly upset that they've taken that out, but I thought it was a pretty cool feature. So I'm going to go straight for an iron shovel by this point to make my life just a little bit easier. And let's try and find some nice looking cobblestones. I don't know if these are necessarily going to be facts. By the looks of it, they're not, which I'm not overly sad about. Let's see. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm possibly going to do this to just a little bit of cobblestone, because you have wear on the chisels now. I believe flooring. I wonder if how this indented cobblestone will look. I'm kind of liking this. I think this definitely is a starter material. This doesn't seem like that'll be a bad material to use at all. This indented cobblestone. I'm kind of liking the look of this actually. So I think I'm going to place my doors to the place there. Whoops! I completely forgot about having walls. Or having stairs rather up to my base. Okay, let's just use basic cobblestone ones for now. So I'm gonna have that, and then I'm gonna have a bit of a door frame going on. I'm not sure what I'm gonna build the walls out of. I'm kind of liking the idea of some sort of bricky texture, maybe. I don't know. So there's some pillars, some slanted. Oh, what is layered cobblestone? This seems like it'd be pretty interesting. I'm kind of liking the look of this actually. I mean, I wasn't necessarily intending going for a straight cobblestone build, but I'm kind of liking the look of this. So if I do... It looks kind of sinister, I admit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I like the sinister look or not that I'm getting from the material choice that I've chosen. So I'm just going to stick a bed here. I know it's kind of a bit stupid, but hey ho. Not the end of the world. Okay. Daytime, we're all happy, and let us expand the room out just a little bit. So this is just really going to be the main reception area to Plum Labs. I'm not planning on this being the main... I'm not planning on this room doing much for now. I mean, can I craft myself a dolly? I know those were pretty cool. Are they even in the pack anymore? Oh, that's a shame. Dollies were basically ways to move chests, if you guys don't know. They were ways to move chests without having to remove the items in them. They were really helpful, actually. I'm quite sad that they're not in the pack anymore. So I'm not going for a basic 9x9. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of a 9x9 guy, but I'm trying to steer away from my old ways just a little bit. Since I know 9x9s, you guys would probably kill me if I built Plum Labs with a 9x9. I just want a nice sort of basic room for now that I'm possibly going to do stuff with, like for machines and stuff. I'm not sure yet. I know what I'm going to do eventually is build myself a bit of a basement, and that's going to have some pretty cool stuff in it. Like, I think I'm planning to have like sort of my power gen be in the floor kind of thing. Well, not in the floor, but in the basement, if that makes sense. I'm going to have like a power basement with all my machines. Because I know, like before the video cut, I was basically talking about how I don't really want to have like 1,000,001 moving days. Since I know that would probably get a little bit boring for you guys to watch if I'm just continually doing a moving day after every single, 10 episodes or whatever. So I want to build something that I'm going to be happy with and that I'm going to want to stick with in the long run. Now this, in hindsight, probably isn't going to be enough cobblestone, which is really quite annoying actually. I believe in Feed the Beast there are many automated ways to make cobblestone generators. I'm going to have to invest in one, considering... I don't know, I'm kind of liking the idea of... like, I wasn't so keen on just having a straight up cobblestone build, but considering how nice this is actually looking, I'm thinking it's pretty cool actually. I believe I'm definitely going to be using some of the good factory blocks, which, do kind of give a sort of laboratory kind of feel. So I think those are pretty cool. Let's see, I'm just about out of wall cobblestone. I think that's what we're going to call it. Yep, so I'm going to use one of my last stacks to make some wall cobblestone, which I believe is this layers stuff. What about building wands actually? I believe you could probably do with investing in a building wand at some point. Diamond wands, that's actually not that bad. So you can make stone wands apparently out of cobblestone. Really? I didn't know that was a thing. That seems like really cheap. And I'm actually quite surprised about that. So yeah, let us make a cobblestone wand. Is this going to work in the way I want it to work? That is the question. I don't believe it's very compatible with chisel items. That's a kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, it's not the end of the world, so I can build it by hand, but it would have been nice to have a wand. I don't think there's some other types of wands from Not Enough Wands, but I believe they are pretty expensive. Like this one is wand core, which is like some blaze rods and stuff. We're nowhere near ready for going to the nether yet. We haven't even got obsidian. I mean, we do have Tinker's Construct, I believe. I have seen that book somewhere in my inventory. I believe I discarded it a while ago, or it's either in the chest. It's somewhere safe, hopefully. And yeah, so Tinker's Construct is definitely in the pack from what I remember. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of liking the look of that. It looks kind of like... Because I know in Fallout 4 there was a... Actually, no, don't like the look of that. There we go. So I believe in Fallout 4 there was a... there was the Institute. They had like the really old labs that were kind of like... They kind of looked a bit like this. I believe I could have this in potentially like the old department and then have... build the bits that I build later on down the line to look a bit more modern. How do you guys feel about that? Actually, I'm kind of liking that idea. So I think, like I said, for now I am just going to pretty much use this as my sole room to do stuff in. I'm not going to do anything crazy at all. in this room, so don't, you know, be expecting anything massive, because I don't want to have to, well, move everything at the end, and it'd be a massive pain having to literally move every single thing. So as much as we don't have a roof, I believe this is something that we can call home, I guess. Just a little hovel, a little hut, whatever you want to call it, that we can sort of do some basic machinery with, some and make some pretty cool stuff. So first of all, on my agenda is power gen, and there's some pretty cool, interesting ways to generate power early game. Now, I believe in dynamos. Dynamos are pretty cool for your early game type of power. So you can get steam ones, you can get magnetic ones. I'm not entirely sure which ones are which. I believe compression ones are the ones we're probably going to go for, just to generate us a little bit of power. So yeah, we can get you can get various different types, but I believe compression, I believe, here it is, requires fuel and coolant. Actually, that's not the right one. That requires water and a solid fuel for the steam one. That requires hot fluids. So I completely forgot you could just shift on these to find which ones we want. We can get the most basic one, which just requires some copper and some iron and some silver. So we're just going to need to smelt a few basic things. Why did I put the furnace over there? Morgan, why you be derp? Okay, I've got a little bit of iron already. And where is my iron? I believe we needed a little bit of silver, and the copper was the other thing we need. So I'm going to get a good little bit of copper. Okay guys, we're back, and I've made myself a copper here. That's pretty much the only informative thing I can say that I've done. So I've got a copper gear going, and we've got that, and we need 2 iron, and we're going to need this guy, which requires a little bit of silver, which I believe is smelting up right now. And we should be able to get our first power generator thingy-majiggy. I'm sure that's definitely good English. Okay, so we have a steam dynamo, and I'm going to show you guys pretty much how you use it. So he's got a little bit of a tank in him. And what you pretty much have to do is stick in some coal and some kind of coolant. Now water, of course, being the most basic one, is the one that you're pretty much going to have to start off with. So I believe what I might do is create a bit of an infinite water source going somewhere. And I know there is many automated ways to transfer water around in Feed the Beast, definitely. I know lots of mod packs and lots of mods, there's definitely lots of automated ways. But for the sake of us being pretty primitive at this stage, we're going to do it manually. Which, if I was saying that in probably 20 episodes down the line, I would literally, I don't know, I'd probably want to thump myself or something for having to do manual stuff like this. But because we're only a few episodes in, it's my only real way of doing it. So it doesn't use coolant that rapidly, so we haven't got to worry about, you know, doing it every single second. And I put him there for a specific reason. And that specific reason is the fact that I'm going to put some sort of pulverizer on top of him. So pulverizer, basic one. How cheap is this guy? Flint, copper gears, redstone reception coils, which will be some gold. And yeah, he's pretty basic. There's, I believe, I'm just trying to see what other mods we actually have. So there's something called a grinder from, no, that's the wrong one. Okay, pulverizer it is. I've not really had to use thermal expansion for quite a while actually, so I might be a little bit rusty. So I do apologise if that's the case. So I'm gonna need some redstone. Why am I taking it out? Okay, got a little bit of gold. I believe I need about 1 of him to make this pulverizer. And a couple of flint. Do we have any gravel? Please tell me we have gravel. Oh, but I don't have any gravel. Okay, that's gonna be on the list. I'm gonna have to go and find some gravel, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we've got some gravel. Now all we need to do is get the flint out of it, which hopefully shouldn't be too much of a problem. So let's have a few cherries. And let's go and smack some gravel and hope we actually get some flint out of it. I think once we actually get the pulverizer going, we can actually pulverize this straight into flint. But until then, we are going to have to just go and just keep doing this process until we get lucky and get some flint. Anytime. We haven't got a whole YouTube audience watching or anything. It's just like really keen to see some flint about. Okay guys, since this is taking quite a while, I think what I might do is pause the video. Oh, no, we've, just as I say that, speak of the devil, flint pops out. That should hopefully be enough. Wait, did I cook up some extra iron? That is quite an interesting question. Did I cook up some iron? Yeah. What am I doing? That's ore. I'm now being a bit derpy. Where's the iron ingots? We didn't use all the iron, did we? I'd be quite mad if we used up all the iron. No, there's... Well, that's aluminium for a start. What am I doing? Iron is there. Okay. I'm just going to guess that we used up all the iron, which we obviously need some for our piston that we need to make the dynamo. So I'm just going to take a log and stick in there. So pulverizer, we need the piston, the machine frame, which is some iron and some tin. So we actually do need a bit of iron smelting up. I don't want to smelt it because obviously I want to convert it to dust first, but obviously I can't really do that until we have a bit of a better setup going. I think furnace-wise, I'm happy to stick with vanilla furnaces as much as they are inefficient by comparison. It is pretty much the best way to go so far, given the fact that we don't have any power going, and I'm of course going to need to set up some better power sources because obviously at the minute everything is running off of coal, and I'm not a big fan of that. But for the time being, sorry about that, guys. We're gonna need to run off of it, which is quite annoying. Let's see, tin. Let's just get a little bit of tin going. Why does the coal default to there? I don't really know why it does that. Okay, so pulverizer. First things first. I'm gonna make the piston that goes on top. I'm also gonna make. Oh, that means we need some copper as well, actually. Urgh. Can you tell I'm ever so slightly triggered? I bet you can't. Okay, let's do that. And I really don't think we're going to have enough iron. And I may need to make another furnace, which is even more triggering. The little furnaces are so slow. You just get so complacent when you have... when you're working with furnaces that work at ridiculous speeds by comparison. Okay, let's just smelt about 10. I'm not majorly worried about efficiency at this point, given that we have quite a bit of iron. But doesn't mean I really want to use it up continually. So a tin gear means we need iron surrounded by 4 tin. I believe we only have 3. That's slightly irritating. I believe we have plenty of tin. I want to say we do. Well, I say plenty. We're at 21. It's not quite plenty, but it's some tin. Okay, we've got some copper, which means that we can make those. Well, we can make one of those copper gears. I don't know why the forestry one's in here, because for some reason that doesn't have a recipe. I'm surprised they just didn't all dictionary that to get rid of it. Okay, tin. That means we can make a tin gear, I believe. The tin gear that's required for this guy. We're also going to need some glass as well, which means I'm going to have to go and dig up the beach. We only need 4 pieces, so I'm not going to have to rue the entire beach. Because, like I said, I want to keep that there, because personally I think it looks pretty cool. I know some people really don't like Minecraft beaches, but I think that one looks pretty cool. It just sort of signifies that Plum Labs is on the coast. It's very sophisticated. Sophisticated Plum Labs, if that's even a thing. Okay, that's probably enough iron. The rest of it can be pulverized once the pulverizer itself has been made. Okay, that's copper gear. Out of the way. Reception coil. I'll get that out of the way. So now I've got that, flint, got the piston. Now all we need is the machine frame, which I believe I need to wait for this guy to do one last smelt, and that's pretty much it. I believe all the furnaces should now be empty, which they are. Okay. Machine frame and basic pulverizer. Dun 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 dun! Basic pulverizer. Please tell me you're going to power him. If you don't power him, I may murder you very, very quickly. So let's give this guy a quick test. He's working very slowly, which I did expect, but he's now outputting straight into the output thing here. So I believe what I can do for now, which is a little bit bad, it's not really standard procedure, but can I get you to insert into him? Can I say treat him as your output? Anyway guys, I think that ends the episode off here. I don't think there's really much other to do since we have some basic machines. So thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed. Goodbye from Painted Plum.